Okay. So the process of negotiating the scope is a process of negotiation. And you need to get to a point where you fix that scope. So when you draw the box, it's that size and shape, and you fix it. You lock the scope down. And sometimes you can't do that right at the beginning of the concept phase. And as Ian said earlier, after the concept phase, you then have a definition phase. At the end of the definition phase, you should be able to lock it down. So at that point, you've said, here are my requirements. As a sponsor, you have sat down with your teams and with Sim and said, okay, these requirements are actually important, these ones aren't, we'll jettison those. So you lock down that scope, and irrespective of how you get there, for whatever reason you want to come along and change that scope, it's still a change control. You still need to understand what the impact of doing it's going to be on that project. You may have just misunderstood, you may have just got the proposition wrong at the outset. Doesn't, to be honest, really matter. What matters is you've set a team off in a particular course of direction to deliver that box. Someone, for some reason, responding to some pressure, is saying, change the size and shape of the box. As sponsor, you need to decide whether that's the right thing to do, given the costs, the impact and the benefits, whether you can get further resource to do it, how you're going to manage it, what the dependencies, risks and issues are, or you say, actually, we're going to have to plough on regardless and make sure we deliver that piece, and then perhaps later someone will give me the money to do the extra bit on the side. So when Ian talked about gold plating earlier and someone asked what it is, the other reason you see gold plating is when technology people get frustrated. And what they get frustrated with is the scenario we had earlier. I have no forum to go to articulate the business risks of this lack of technology or this system that should have been thrown out 20 years ago. I can't tell anybody about that, so I guess what I'll do is I'm going to slip it in under the cover of this project here because I know it needs to be done and I'm right.